What's up, guys? So today I had a fun time at A&S Gear. I went there in the morning and they had the spring kit I wanted because I know I can make this work now. And so these are the springs I'm going to be using. Um, for now, I'm going to try the stock valve spring that's in here. These are the valve springs, these littler ones. Um, so the one that fits my Spyder is these three. Just from like squishing these, the black one is the lightest one, the silver one is the medium one, and the kind of like gold colored one is the firmest one. So theoretically, you should be using a light valve spring and a heavy main spring, which is these. Like, you don't want to do heavy valve and light main spring. You want to do light valve spring and medium or heavy mainspring for this part. So I haven't switched it out yet. I just got back home. I'm gonna switch that out. When I went to A&S Gear, I also got a new hopper. This one's pretty sick. It's just a normal like gravity fed hopper, like no electronic thing or anything like that. The one I got is from Empire Paintball. This is my old one. This is just some crappy view loader. There's nothing special about this one. It's just a big empty cavity. You can hold 200 rounds in here. What's neat about this Empire one is that it's also not electronic, but there is a I'm not sure if the camera is picking it up. I'll put balls in there, but there's like a little shelf, I guess you could call it, or like upside down bowl in there. And what that does is it keeps weight off of the balls coming down. I'll fill it with some balls and you can see what that looks like. So basically, this thing, even though there's no electric feeder system or anything, the way this is designed on the inside, it can still hold like 200 balls, but it also feeds better because you're just relying on gravity to feed the next ball down the little spout thing. So I'm gonna put my camera on the tripod and like hook up a better camera angle on this. All right, so this is the Empire one that I just bought. It was only $8. The normal ones are like $5 or $6, so they're not that expensive. And these are all just assorted Umrex QAB balls, because my store actually has those too. So this is what it looks like inside, and kind of in the middle there's a little bowl thing, and what that does is it keeps all the pressure of the balls from just staying right. I'm trying to see if I can. So what that little bowl thing does, there's a little like upside down bowl right here inside. It keeps all the weight of all the balls trying to enter the marker. It keeps a lot of it off from right there. So essentially what this does is it lets the balls feed faster. So I will have to shake this a little bit because it's gravity fed and it's not electronic. Usually in the electronic markers, there's a little like a little motor spinning around an arm in there to feed the balls. But like with the normal gravity fed marker, a normal one, you wouldn't get this many balls falling out. Like, I'm not even shaking it right now, and it just dropped like 20 balls, which is good because I'm basically gonna get a higher rate of fire without having to shake the marker around, because of the design on the inside of this. So this is really well worth the extra like $3 or $4. If I tried to do that with this old hopper or loader, it would be like really slow and I'd be shaking it way more. But yeah, sometimes I get like 20 balls to fall out of this without even shaking it. So anyway, I'm gonna open this up and switch out the spring. I'll be right back. All right, you guys, so all I did was I removed this pin from the back of here, and it is resting in this little groove right here. This is on the back of the marker. This is the velocity adjuster, and this fits in here, and it's just kind of like a bump guard. And then the one I'm sticking it in is the original spring, and it's 12 years old, 14 years old, because I've had this Spyder marker since like 2007, or I can't even remember, but it's been a long time. This is the original spring. I don't know if it's shorter because it's been in this marker for so long, or if it's actually just, you know, 5 millimeters or so shorter. This is the new spring I'm going to use. It looks the same thickness, like the gauge of the wire looks the same. It's just a tiny bit longer, and I'm going to see if I get a higher maximum velocity. I believe with this one and the burner balls, I was getting 326 or 328, which is essentially the same as what I get using the Burna SD. And you can't adjust the velocity or anything on the Burna SD. So I'm gonna try this new spring. It's just a smidge longer, but it's probably harder than the old one because the old one's old. It's been in here for 14 years or something. So I'm gonna put it in here and see what happens. All right, you guys, I got the red CO2 tank attached. I weighed it before I started using it today. It has about 100 grams of CO2 in it. So once it runs out, I'll switch to the blue tank, which is completely full. So I have the Spyder is on the remote line, and it's aired up, and the new spring is in it. I'm assuming it's the medium strength spring, and I have 2.9 gram rubber balls in here. So these are pretty much, they weigh about as much as a normal paintball, and they weigh the same amount as a Burna ball. And then yeah, I'm gonna dial this velocity up. I'm gonna dial up this velocity, and as I go, because you're not supposed to start it off full pressure because the spring could bind. So we'll see what happens. Damn, so it's already hitting 314. The old spring maxed out at 326, and I haven't even dialed this up. It's kind of far back. I feel like I could turn this up like eight times or 9 full turns. 314, 310, 310. I'm gonna dial it up. All right, I did 2 turns on the velocity adjuster. 324, 322, 310, 320, 322. I'm gonna turn it up again. All right, I turned it up 2 turns. I think I could do 2 or 3 more. 324. Also, this gas pressure is kind of going low, so I probably will switch out to the blue tank. 324. 318, 324, 324. So I'm just gonna mag dump, just because, I mean, imagine getting hit with like 100 and something of these things. So yeah, this would make a definite good self-defense or home defense kind of tool, because you could just keep shooting. Like I just lit up 6. I would have had to reload my Burna mag or my salt supply mag like 8 times already. And since these are rubber, like obviously they're not going to hurt as much, but if those were nylon balls, these don't usually like the heavy rounds, like the aluminum balls and stuff. I'm not saying I'm not going to try it. I will try it. I just know that they don't particularly like heavy ammo. So yeah, that was pretty fun. I'm gonna clear out the box, and I'm gonna put the new tank on because my my gauge is kind of getting lower. It's like barely over 600. The velocity, I've turned it up about 4 times now, and I think I could do it 2 to 3 more times. But I'm gonna shoot it again with the full fresh tank and see what the difference in speed is, because I feel like it was already kind of going low, and that's why I didn't see any improvement from 324, or I might need to do other stuff to this. So 1 second. All right, you guys, I got the blue tank on. My pressure gauge is like at 1100, if this is accurate. So I'll see what happens. I haven't messed with the velocity. I just changed the tank. So my red tank is probably only has like a few 50 grams or 30 grams of CO2 in it. I have the blue tank in here, which is basically full. I haven't shot anything out of it since I got it refilled. So I got the rubber balls in here again. They weigh about 2.9 grams, and I haven't messed with the velocity adjuster. Oh, I need to help if I pulled the cocking bolt back. So there we go. Damn, 360. I have my paper in my pocket. 358. 356. I believe 350 is with the 2.9 gram ball. It's 16.5 joules. So if you've had to use one of these for home defense or whatever, you're just holding someone back, if you could light them up with, like, you know, 30 shots all at 16.5, 17 joules, that's gonna suck for them. So I'm going to turn the velocity up. So right now it's maxed out. I can't turn it up any higher. The only thing I can do now is change the spring and change the other spring, the valve spring. And 368, 362, 362, 364. That one hit the back of the cardboard, and I'm not sure how many layers it went through, but it sounded like it went pretty far in there. 364. So yeah, this is pretty much going to stay at 364 or so. And then yeah, just imagine getting hit with just getting freaking lit up like this. Someone's going to back the hell off of you. So yeah, this thing's pretty sweet. I'm super glad I kept it. I never sold it. Yeah, I'm gonna switch out the spring, see if I get any higher numbers, which I think I will. And I'm gonna keep using these rubber balls because these paintball markers like the they like the lightweight balls. And maybe I'll try the nylon balls just for the hell of it. But I'm just gonna, actually no, I'm just gonna save the CO2 even though it's completely full. So I'll be right back. Just give me 1 second. All right, you guys, I put the heaviest spring that I have from that spring kit I got from ANS Gear. I'm gonna air this up. This is the original spring. This is the one I just removed, which has actually performed pretty well. And this is the lightest spring. And the one I took out, which was this one, the highest I got it to go with the 2.9 gram ball was 362, I think. And 350, 16.5 joules with the 2.9 gram ball. And 375 is 18.9 joules. So it's probably hitting like 17.5, maybe like 17. I'll just say 17. I'd have to go on this website and check the calculation, but it's not bad for this medium strength spring. And yeah, I can still change out the valve spring, which will basically allow more air to flow through. the marker, but I might do that on a different video or like just off camera because this one's getting a little, not too long, but kind of long. So yeah, I'm gonna air up and then I'll be right back. All right guys, I got air in the marker. I got the new heavy spring in there. I dialed back the velocity just because that's what you're supposed to do for these types of markers, but I am gonna turn it up. So I didn't count how many I went back. I just know I went back until the O-ring was exposed and then tightened it down like 2 or 3 turns. So here we go. 356, 360, 360. I'm gonna turn it up two complete turns. $366, 368, 364, 364. I'm gonna turn it up. All right, I turned it up 2 turns. I'll see what it does and I'll turn it up more. 370. So if I hit 375, it'll be 18.9 joules. 372. 370. 374. So that's almost the 18.9. I'm turning up the velocity. All right, it's pretty much maxed out now. So I'll see what this does. 376. 372. 372, 370. I'm gonna switch ammo. I'm gonna use the nylon balls, the 3.6 gram balls, so I'll be right back. All right guys, I got all the nylon balls in here. It's a mixture of, they're all 3.6 grams essentially, but it's a mixture of T4E, QAB, the Lambid store ones from Amazon, and the Jawbreaker Riot balls from Amazon. So yeah, they're all 3.6 grams. They're all pretty much 0.680 bore size, and just based on the rubber ball speeds, the 2.9 gram, it was getting 375, 370-ish, so 18, pretty much 18 and a half joules right there. Just by the joule reading, these 3.6 gram balls should be getting probably, this is the 3.6 gram row, so they should be hitting maybe 325, maybe they'll get 350, but probably 320, 325. I need to put the box back, so I'll be right back. All right, you guys, here we go. Nylon balls, 3.6 grams, CO2 tank, and the Spyder Rodeo with the hardest spring I can get easily, and velocity adjusters all the way up. $336. So yeah, like I said, 325 is 17.7 joules, so that's probably like 18.2. $342, so I'm almost at 350. 350 is 20.5 joules. $338. $338. $328. 332. So yeah, like I said earlier, the only thing I can do to make this go any harder is to change out the front valve spring. And Jesus, if you're getting pegged by these, you would not want to keep getting hit by these. Especially, like, you can kind of tell where you're gonna shoot, and once you start just slightly moving the barrel up and down, you almost have like pinpoint accuracy with where you're going to be hitting. So those like face shots, neck shots, groins, kneecaps, like all that will pretty much be easy to do. So yeah, that was pretty fun. I'm really glad I held on to this paintball marker. I've had it since 2007, maybe even earlier. I have the original instruction manual and like everything that came with it. It was like, came in a kit from Kmart, and I think it was like 130 bucks or something like that. Yeah, I would not want to be getting hit by basically 200 rounds at like 18 to 19 joules. That would not be fun. I'm just degassing this thing really quick, so one second. I wanted you guys to see this. So this is the ones that, like, I didn't hit the sweatshirt, and then they just straight went into the cardboard. So this is one layer. One layer. There's one right here. So this is the second layer. So 1, 2 went through 2 layers. This is a broken one. Third layer. There's a couple right there on the third layer. So this is basically the 4th layer that it shot. It went through 4 layers of cardboard. And I think there's one more in the fifth layer. So that's 4th layer. I'm taking off the 4th layer right now. If I can get my hand back there. So this is the 4th layer. There's one right there. That's the 5th layer of cardboard. And nothing else. So let me remove that. It might have went through the 6th, or at least put a divot in the 6th layer. I have 7 layers of cardboard, and then the back of the box. So this is like 8 layers total. So yeah, definitely went in the 6th layer, or the 5th layer. Went through the 5th layer. I'm not sure if that was where it hit, but there's nothing. I'll remove this. And this is the 6th layer, and that's gone. Nothing in there. And this is the 7th layer. Not very much gets through all the way. I don't think I've had any shoot through all the way, but I do like kind of rotate these cardboard pieces so they're not getting hit constantly in the same area. And yeah, so it went through 5 layers of cardboard, and this is just like normal box cardboard that you would use to ship stuff in. It's not like thin cardboard like a cereal box or like a Capri Sun box or something. It's, you know, packaging box cardboard. I'll probably end up switching out some of these pieces because like the ones in the front are getting pretty messed up, or I'll just add 2 more layers to the front or something. But I have a lot of boxes, easy for me to fix. But yeah, the only thing I can do now is either find a heavier spring, which I'll have to like measure these. I know that they're 10 millimeters across, like width. I don't know the wire gauge, and then they're 4 inches long, which I think that's 80 millimeters. I don't know. I know that they're 4 inches long, or no, I'm sorry, 105 millimeters long. And my original one is 100 millimeters long, but I think it's just been compressed so long that it's shrunk a little bit. So yeah, these are 105 millimeters. The one in the Spyder Rodeo is 105 millimeters, and this is degassed. I already took all the ammo and stuff out of it. The only thing that I know how to do without having to like research all kinds of stuff is switch one of these valve springs, which I think I'll use this one. This is the lightest one. So what this will do is when the bolt comes flying forward, this gets pressed and it lets air in once this gets compressed. And since it's the lightest one, it'll allow that valve to stay open longest, theoretically. And then I'll probably use more air, but like I don't care. I want to see what this can do. So if I switch this out, valve stays open longer. It should have more air pressure flying through. This is one of the old Spyders, so it actually has the aluminum bolt. Like this is aluminum. I don't know how much it weighs, but the newer Spyders, they all have like a Delrin bolts, which is like a composite plastic. So I haven't tried shooting heavy like 7.2 gram aluminum balls or those 10.9 gram rubber steel balls that I have that are like it's like a steel ball bearing covered in rubber. I haven't tried shooting these out of this, but I'm gonna try later tonight to feed a couple of those heavy 10.9 gram balls through here, because I'm not gonna buy a barrel for this, because if I buy a barrel it's gonna cost more than this is actually worth. So these springs were like $9, and the hopper and this neck together was like $13 or $12. So I spent $20 in random little parts. And I don't mind spending $20 on this since I've had it so long. It's kind of like has more sentimental value than it does you know, actual value. But I do like that since this is the old style standard old style stocked tube blowback, and I have metal or like aluminum bolts and stuff in here, none of it's composite or plastic, it can withstand more I'm guessing like pressures, and it's just more durable than composite plastic Delrin stuff, I think. Like I'm assuming that. I've never really used Delrin composite bolts or anything like that. I don't have that much experience doing this as far as like knowing like if I just get a hammer and smash something, if it's gonna de-shape or deform or whatever, or crack or splinter. I would imagine the plastic would do that way easier than aluminum. Yeah, I think sometimes when I wear gloves that don't have fingers, or if they're like, you know, like fingerless gloves, or if they match this like black and green anodized metal, I usually get like more joules from that too. And that was a joke. I'm just kidding. That doesn't do anything to performance. I just thought of saying that off camera a couple minutes ago. But yeah, anyways, I need to change that valve spring. I think I can do some stuff to the actual valve, but I need to double check with a fellow YouTuber who you guys are probably all familiar with. Really cool guy, Sean. I pretty much just email him like, hey, what does this do, or what can I do with this? And he gets back to me pretty quick. So thanks a lot, Sean. Appreciate it, man. And yeah, I think that'll be it for this video. And I need to get that refilled, but I'll probably do that this weekend. And aside from nylon balls and rubber balls, if I was shooting paint out of this and it was hitting those numbers, the 370 feet per second and stuff, it's just gonna blow up the paint in the barrel. So old school paintballers, when they would want to be dicks to people or jerks or whatever, they would freeze the paint and then go to the field with frozen paint and then shoot your other team that you're battling with and hit them with frozen paintballs, which yeah, that doesn't feel good. So I mean, I could try that, because sometimes at the paintball store I go to, A&S Gear, they do have like dirty paint where like one bag popped, or like a couple of balls popped and then they'll sell it at like a super discounted price. And I bought one bag, and I toned down the TCR so where it could shoot paint out of it. So it was going like 250 feet per second, or like 260, and I was just like hitting that light pole, hitting this fence post, hitting this electric fence post thingy, and then just like target practice, like out here, just, you know, rapid fire, hit that tree, hit these posts, hit that light pole, hit that trunk over there, hit those that clothesline thing. Like, it was fun shooting actual paint. I mean, yeah, you're not doing these insane speeds, but it's just fun to do every once in a while, just to switch it up. But yeah, change out some valve springs, mess with the tuning again. I'll probably keep that heavy bolt in there, but when I switch out this valve spring, I might try all the springs again, just to see which one does the best, because you should kind of do that just to see, like like, what if I did get an improvement using the light spring and the light valve spring and the medium main spring, or if I use the stock main spring and the hard valve spring, which doesn't make any sense why it would shoot faster, but if it randomly did for some reason, like, I have to try everything. So that's like 3 little springs and 3 or 4 main springs, so there's pretty much like 12 different combinations. And the only thing I've done today was the new medium firmness spring and the new hard firmness spring and the stock valve spring. So I've done 2 combinations out of like I guess like 14 or 16. I'm not sure. I forgot how to figure out that calculation. But anyways, guys, I don't want to keep you any longer. Have a good one, and see you on the next one.